Well, welcome to the old Pod of Ages. Season definitely one.
First time we're ever doing this.
Never before done. Brand new show. Oh, what's up? What's up?
Uh, we are your resident armchair analyst, Doomfunk
Oh, cool.
Paradox Pope.
Sweet.
We got some pretty big news that happened the day after we put up our last episode, which was
Actually, like literally the evening of, and then day after. Yes,
with because I uploaded it Friday,
we uploaded it literally like as we found out
and then that
4JJ got his
Saturday,
green card.
LS was removed as C9's coach for philosophical coaching differences that Jack and C9 Incorporated, whatever, want for their team. But you bring in the most different philosophical coach, knowing how different he's going to be doing things. And then 2 weeks into the season, you're just like, nope. Yeah, sorry. All that momentum we had with our fan base and bringing people in and just literally putting everyone on the roster that we could with you to
I know
support
we
this.
just flew you halfway across the world. You've only been here for 15 days, but kindly get the fuck out. Yeah, it's definitely a big shake to the entire scene, I would say. I think it's definitely been what the only thing most people have been talking about on a lot of basis for the 2 weeks since we have been out of, you know, it's really honestly funny if we had just done our show like a day later. We would have had so much more to talk about since we literally just are on the heels of everything on that.
See, and I knew it was going to happen. I called it episode 1.
You did. You fucking totally
I
did.
did
And
not
I
think
I did
that
not see it.
it would be
two
happen
weeks.
that quick.
It just seems so completely pointless when the marketing and everything was so like I'm just so I obviously we're never really gonna. I mean, maybe we'll have an idea sometime, but like
Well, I mean,
as of this
LS said he's got
point,
lawyers working on it, so
yeah, no. Right now it's very tight-lipped.
there might be a court case, and if there's a court case, then it will become
Well,
public information. And
if there is a court case, yeah, but it might just be like trying to get levels of like the contract paid out. Even for the term not being fully filled, just probably shit like that. And they gotta you can't
we'll get some
increase.
insight eventually. I mean, court
Yeah,
cases can take years.
I yeah, it's so stupid. I just feel like I don't know how you couldn't just like separate the people that are causing the problem from the problem, etc. Like these like LF and X don't gel, just keep X away, or like I don't know, but I think it's definitely a loss just for the not being able to see how that played out. Like I'm not sure if I don't think we've had this conversation really yet, but I feel like I don't really care about feelings and shit in this scene. Like when people are like, "Oh yeah, fucking Dardoch shouldn't play because he's mean to his teammates," it's just like, bro,
Well, all right. Well,
I get it. Like it does
there is
matter.
a
It is a
point
real
of
thing,
like
but
people
like,
being able to mesh together and play together.
yeah, for sure. But like at the end of the day, like sometimes if you have like if there's talent around, like you just fucking you figure shit out. Like you work on it. You don't just like
Well, that's
immediately
why I
throw
never
shit
made it in
away.
Call of Duty back in the day, was because I was a toxic piece of shit. I was
Well, I mean that's
amazing at
on
the
you.
game, but I was a toxic piece of shit, and I would carry teams, and then I would have a bad game, and whenever I had a bad game, we would lose that game, and I would start flaming my fucking team, like, what the fuck, you guys can't pick up the slack for one fucking game, this is complete bullshit, and I would leave, and I would find another team, and I would carry them up the ladder, and I was rinse and repeat, but I was scrimming against Envious back in the day. I was one of their guys on their scrim team. They wouldn't put me on their main team because they knew my reputation, but they would play against me because I was fucking solid competition. But I wasn't allowed on their team.
It's I don't know. Like I feel like there's a level. that
It's also like it's on both sides. Like you can be a
it
bit toxic and
100%.
be an asshole,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I just like we
but
gotta
you got to
wonder
be also
how bad.
professional about it.
Yeah, 100%. But like, how bad was it at the end of the day? Like, you just look at like real, like real sports as you'd call it. Like, it's
Well,
not like any of those people are like actually functioning fucking stand-up people. Like, there are a few,
yeah,
sure,
but
but like most of them
you
are
put
still
them with their
complete
team
just
and shit.
bags,
If you're flaming your
and they gel
team,
fine.
you're not gonna. They don't always gel fine. You
Oh
can
no, they don't. But like, they still operate.
they
You
do, but
know, like
usually and management is trying to work some way
exactly.
to get somebody out of there, and it's usually like, all right,
Or they actually just fucking manage it. Because that's their job.
tell the guy, hey, quit being a douchebag, or you're not gonna have a you're not gonna play. I'm the best
Yeah, or
fucking player on this team. You know what? We don't care.
honestly,
It's not
I
good
feel
for the
like
environment of the team.
LS could just, I don't know. I feel like they should have divided the head coach role with Max Waldo already being there anyway, and just like taken a lot of the player management and personing part to Max since he was already there, and then just had LS do like the fucking scrim review and other bullshit and like stuff with the team, and then be the on-stage guy. That's all, and then do the drafts obviously, and like that's all people really fucking care about. And you think about how much momentum that could have carried through the year. But it's just, reason number 700,003, 32, or 732,894 why this isn't the best of all possible timelines. Oh well,
Esports still has a long ways to go of becoming like a solid
functional.
thing. It's
Yeah.
very like wishy washy in a lot of these things. Where
Well,
like,
it's at the end of the day, it's kids, like it's a bunch of ultimately very young professionals at the end of the day. And like some of these people are like actually really young, and a lot of the talents around the direct interaction, at the
well,
ground
and the
level
orgs
is
haven't
like
been
in
around
their
that long.
20s and shit.
Like you look at like the NBA where you're having like 18, 20, 22-year olds getting drafted all the time. Same with the NFL.
Yeah.
But they have
And
these
in China, they're making the joke
orgs
that they
that are
need to get rid of their
foundational.
19-year-old ADCs because they're too old.
But it's like
But
they have the systems in place to develop not just their talent but their personalities too, to help them grow as a person and not just become this like, oh, your first round draft, you're amazing, and then let your fucking ego take over and then you become a complete piece of shit.
that's why I know it's like another example. It's a shame that Rick Fox is no longer in the scene.
Yeah, dude. Rick Fox is like actually like I stopped in his stream a while back too. Like really cool guy.
Yeah, no, just a stand-up dude at the end of the
And
day.
but we need more Rick Fox esque people in esports. We need people
Yeah,
who have been involved in professional sports,
professional organizations.
taking that knowledge and wisdom that they've learned playing for a decade or two, at least being involved in the organizations for that long, and bringing that into this.
Hmm.
I've been
Yeah,
watching a lot more CS:GO, and
yeah,
I
yeah. Katowice.
I kind of like how the those like even that has a bit more like sense making with like how like it's some of the same orgs, but I feel like the teams are run almost better.
Well, different structure altogether. You don't have a league; it's tournament focused, and et cetera, et cetera. It changes the entire operations of everything. So, but it's still a great example of what esports excuse me, should aspire to. And it's not that League is necessarily small in comparison at all. It's just that it's definitely dying in the U.S. As I'm not sure if you saw that article on LCS viewership versus last year and shit and everything before, but it's definitely still down pretty heavy percentage.
I mean,
And
I could shit talk our broadcast for days, especially watching more CS:GO. Just their broadcast alone is so
oh
much
yeah,
more
no,
engaging.
the production and the organization is definitely like the odd thing is like it's not like the broadcast lacks for talent, which is the fucking hysterical part. So it's like literally just everything on the back end is just not
No,
managed
it's
or done
whoever's
to
it's
the
whoever's fucking
level it
managing that
could.
shit, whoever's producing it, whoever's really like making the calls is trying to be too much like an ESPN talk show. Whereas like you
Yeah.
watch LPL or even LCK, like they have like they'll be showing voice com videos on the broadcast between games. They'll be making these cool montages of the players in voice comms, or they'll have production like from the actual broadcast interviews about the like on the players, about random things, about their personality, about like stuff they like and stuff. And they
Hmm.
just do the same thing in CS:GO, and it's like, dude, like that. It's engaging. It, it builds a connection with the players, with the teams more, especially hearing voice comms on the broadcast.
Yeah. No, and it's, I mean,
And then you
they do
watch,
that to a degree sometimes, and certainly, broadcast, especially like LCK's broad production is definitely a level above. It's not necessarily perfect, but it's pretty good.
no, like
You
but
know, I
both
haven't watched a
LPL
lot of it this year, but
and LCK broadcast compared to LEC and LCS, like it feels like you're watching like an ESPN talk show, and then they go into the game, and then they come back, and then it's talking heads, and then back into the game, and then talking heads. And like sometimes we'll have a player sit on the desk with them too, but it's not consistent enough. There's no like,
well, they did that thing with High. They brought High in and had him interact with players and shit. But they need to do more things like that that are a little more structured. There's a lot they could do. Ultimately, they have a lot of people that aren't necessarily like. It seems like they're trying to keep it more skeleton crew than really, bring everyone back. Like I don't know. It's kind of a hard thing to say, but it's like at this point, bar NA having some more serious success on the international stage, is like, what are you going to do to really bring viewership back? Because otherwise, hopefully, Champions Queue will continue to raise the bar of like just the base player level and make professionals just not as sloppy. But we'll have to there. It's That's going to be more of a long term effect, I'm sure. It's at least been compared to like Summit has compared it to Korean Challenger queue, like playing in Korean Challenger ladders. So it's like, all right, cool. If the literal best players in the US are at least of the caliber that they can be and make it feel like a real game, even just 5-man randos, that's better. So like that's promising. And then if you don't have to wait, through the horrors of solo queue, then maybe people can get practice and polish and actually be better. But, I think that's going to be more of a long-term thing, and I doubt we'll really see the effects of that this year. I think maybe next year we'll notice the bar is just raised, and that could be the highlight.
well, also
So,
you can kind of tell that Riot's like Tencent, being a Chinese-based company that owns Riot now, is really like the Asian market's where it's at. Like you have so many more people in China than you do in NA. Just
hmm well, I mean, you have more people ingesting it too, even outside of the fact that the population difference. I think like LCS has always been very profitable for ad space in the past, so it's not like it's not profitable. It's just at this point becoming less popular.
well, less
And I don't know, like
popular
this.
means less money.
Yeah, to a degree, it definitely does, obviously. But how much money is the LCS even bringing in now at this point? Like TS, like at this point, a lot of the organizations are, fucking grenaded. Like TSM is in shambles. CLG doesn't even exist anymore. And then you look at everyone else. Like
And
Golden Guardians
CLG's
was
doing
going to be something, but
CLG's
then
doing
fucking
better than
Warriors had to pull out money. So
CLG's doing better than TSM.
yeah, they are now, but like ultimately the org has no identity or no presence and doesn't really exist in the ecosystem at all anymore. As far as the org side, like the team, I'm not like even irrelevant to the teams and their performances, because you're just looking at the entire LCS and like Cloud9 is an organization. They're active, they do stuff. Like sure, great. Liquid has a presence and on media and shit. Even smaller brands like EG, ultimately newer brands, are have done pretty all right with making them have a characteristic. Like Nade Shot does a lot with this for 100 Thieves. So like these orgs. Well, there's half of the league is effectively interactive, with the community and tries to build hype and does shit. But then you have stuff that's like, Golden Guardians is like, how do you say they really exist? The team is pretty interesting and like they have rosters and whatever, but like Golden Guardians doesn't really have any identity. The Warriors can't invest in it like they initially thought they would with how, the league has been with 2020. And then like when you look at what Ignitas, great. Like FlyQuest is fucking entire personas we plant trees. Like these like
I want more of that back though. I want for every dragon they get, we're planting trees.
I
For every
mean,
win
maybe
we
they're
get, we're
still
planting
doing.
trees. Yeah, but I
I
want
don't
to
know.
see
Maybe
it.
they're still
I want to
doing.
hear it talked
Yeah,
about
tree
more.
counter. I want a fucking counter that pops up
Yeah.
on the bottom of the fucking screen.
I think they're still doing
Pulls it up.
their Spanish co-broadcast though.
Yeah, they are. I think because Jose
That's really
Dioto,
cool.
and I think
So
that's
like they're
great.
really diving into like the Spanish speaking market,
Well,
which is
dude, fucking
really
CB
smart.
LOL, Brazilian LOL has fucking
They speak
overtaken
Portuguese
LCS in
there.
viewership. I know, but I'm just saying in general though, like they need to tap into some markets. Like they have to at this point. Like they really need to. Like, fuck, I hope Australia is ingesting LCS because we're in fucking trouble. You know,
There's no
it's
yeah. OCE's gone,
like
man.
not much going on in OCE, so like you guys got something to aspire to, but they're close enough to the Korean server. Fuck us. So it's just it's an interesting spot. Like we talked about last time. The commissioner coming on, and like we'll see what she does with it. Like if
So
there's
I
any
was actually
existence interaction.
on the commissioner
But
thing. I was listening to Thorne and Monty go off. Really, Monty went off on this. How
yeah,
like commissioners are fucking they exist, but they're non fucking existent. Like they're not like they're never
yeah.
like you don't know
Well,
who they are. But this new one for the LCS, she's seeming to make it a point to kind of put herself out there a bit.
I
And
mean, her name at least, yeah, sure, but like we'll see what. I was listening to a podcast too, and they were talking about how in traditional sports, the commissioner's job is to tank aggro, for the
yeah,
fucking the fucking league, effectively, and it's not like like it's not like commissioners in
what else do they say that
any league around the world.
like
He's talking about how no one
people in
even
this
knows who the
industry
Korean
is
commissioner
like they're
is.
like scared to put themselves out there and like take responsibility for shit. And I'm like, that's a like
Well, the community's fucking super toxic and shit, and like you people don't want to have to
so
deal with
fucking
Twitter
what? You
and
know the fucking
well,
job and the
I know,
fucking
but
thing you're in. Fucking
they
people
don't
need to
like.
just like
I
lean
know
into it,
I
dude.
know you don't tell it, man. Don't even tell you.
I'll fucking dude, right? I'll be the fucking commissioner for whatever fucking league,
Yeah,
and
fucking
I
a.
will take all the
All
blame,
the aggro.
and I'll
It's this
also
guy's fault.
increase viewership.
Look at this dude's face. You could totally blame him.
Like, dude, I'm like Akon. You can put the blame on me.
Fucking a. Well, I guess yeah, we can just take this segue straight into the whole LCS. The first round robin is done. Um,
Golden Guardians
I would
surprisingly
say
look decent, except for Licorice looks like a piece of fucking black licorice, like that fucking shitty stuff that nobody likes except for weird people.
yeah, I knew you don't like. I think Golden Guardians is going to be a fine
They're
in this
fine.
LCS,
Lost actually
especially with
looks decent. Like he
dude.
looks
Yeah, Lost
way
was
better than he
playing all
looked last
right.
season.
Like Pride Stalker's fine. Blaze Olive is like he had that pop off game
Dude,
against TL where he fuck that triple was dirty.
dude
God
yeah.
damn. But no,
Dude,
like yeah, they're doing okay. The team's pretty solid. With EG not finding form, like there's really no reason why they won't be top half. You know, ultimately the standings are pretty unsurprising. Afro is always good early. FlyQuest has started to even out their score line. 100 Thieves dropping a few more games than I would expect. They're looking a little sloppy. Ultimately, Immortals and Dignitas are pretty
TL looking
meh.
a little off foot a little bit during the Golden Guardians
Oh,
game without Core JJ.
yeah. I mean, we're switching back and forth. I'm sure there's definitely a level of disjointedness, and who knows how much time they scrimmed with Ayla this week before. So there could be reasons for that. I'm not too worried about it. Like, I think it'd be sick if they just straight didn't drop a game on the second half with Core JJ and just really cemented that fucking foot on the gas pedal. But we'll see how Cloud9 does again. Like Cloud9 is still playing really well.
Yeah, like they
Summit,
still got
Summit,
heavyweights on
still,
there.
yeah, dude,
Like
Summit's Jace is. Oh, it's disgusting. But like he's been destroying people at Champions Queue too. I'm not sure if you saw that Lorlo tweet where he's like, I now understand why NH Ace is a meme. I have never laned against anything nearly as bad as this. This is fucking like unplayable. You can't do anything. And so apparently someone's getting a little bit of notoriety, which is not too surprising. I'm glad that this Champions Queue shit is actually up this year. So like,
I'm
players
ready
like
for
this
the
don't lose their
Summit
edge.
Bwipo rematch.
Oh yeah, dude, like for sure I think some is probably more mechanical for sure, but I don't think Bwipo lacks for creativity to make up the
No, the
difference, so
creativity, the madness.
yeah, he's fucking
He's
insane. I
got
love Bwipo so
hands,
much.
but he's also
Dude, yeah,
insane.
he's also wide.
Very
He's
wide.
also wide, you know. Top lane is wide, but Bwipo is wider. I love Bwipo though, dude. I really do love Bwipo. He's definitely one of my favorite players. But other than that, yeah, like EG's been. I feel like EG is dealing with a team that's like actually like farther out of rhythm than I expected. They're the only team that's worse than I thought they would be. But like hopefully it's just kind of like growing pains.
I feel like that,
Everyone
like
else
they,
is
like
about the same
I've
expected.
heard. I think I heard someone say that like Danny has really good brains about the game, but I feel like they might be lacking like a full on shot caller. I mean, they got Vulcan, but is he really
He's
like pulling all the strings like a core JJ?
I'm sure Inspired is calling a lot of the tempo of the game. It just seems to me that they're trying to play these comps to styles that excuse me, may not be the best to their players' strengths. I think a lot of people talked about this, like putting JoJo on shit like Corky and Victor in 3 or 4 games, and I get that, but I'm sure, like I don't know, I feel like Impact. It's hard to say that I could team with Impact and Vulcan, even outside of Danny, JoJo, and Inspired. Like it just seems unlikely that a team with those names on it's going to be actually bad, and I don't see them not being in playoffs. They are top 6 right now, and I do think they're going to stay on top of teams like Immortals and Dignitas. CLG's got a long way to go, and they still look like ass at the end of the day, even if they got wins or not. TSM literally doesn't fucking exist. Like they have to just. I hope we hear about their new lineup in like a day or two, and we're just behind that news. Fuck. Let me check Reddit, Twitter right now. You know, make sure that I don't see like, oh, fucking Jensen. You know,
Oh, did
TSM
you see that
Jensen.
that
The
that
Dom
leak?
tweet.
I thought Lena leaked it. Or so
Oh,
she was trying to get Jensen double lift.
double lift Vulcan.
Yeah, and like that's a
Yeah.
fucking team, bro. Like you pair that up with Spica and Hooney, like
Oh, dude, no, yeah. If that would like TSM would have been worth a conversation if they'd brought that through. Even honestly, if they just brought in any like, um, there's honestly several ADCs outside of even double lift that I think could have slotted into that roster and been like, okay,
so when
if you look
is
at,
the board of directors of TSM gonna fucking kick Reggie out?
dude, who fucking knows what's going on inside? Like, I feel like we should just might as well just wait and see. Because at this point, it's like I don't know, man. Like that, it's way further out than I expected it would ever be. Really, honestly, like
Dude, my all right. So my
TSM.
intuition's been a bit on point this season,
Yeah, it's been a little.
and so I'm making another call.
I'm almost butthurt about it. How good your intuition's been this year.
Lost Ark PvP is gonna start taking off.
No one cares about Lost Ark. This isn't a Lost Ark fucking podcast. Get that shit out of here. I don't
Well,
know.
you're
There's
gonna
a lot of
watch some
conversations.
old League of Legends pros making the hop.
Nah, nah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, depends on who you're talking about. Old, there's like shit like Skara, maybe. I don't know, but
Sneaky.
Sneaky. Oh man, what? Sneaky's not fucking doing anything right now. Sneaky TSM. Jensen, Sneaky,
Sneaky
Vulcan,
will never go back to
TSM.
playing in the
Dude,
LCS.
dude, imagine that fucking hat trick. Jensen sneaky Vulcan. Like actually, at this point, I don't really care about like Jensen sneaky Basil TSM. Make it happen. Speak a Hoonie. Boom boom. That would actually be fucking so dope. I would tune in to watch that shit if Sneaky was fucking on TSM. Are you kidding me? That'd be insane. That'd be so weird.
Yeah, Bjergsen's on TL. Sneaky's
Yeah,
on
Bjerker.
PSM. What
Yep.
fucking timeline is this?
And a bunch of Koreans are on C9. And a big Australian, a massive
Korea
Australian guy.
9. It's no longer Church 9, it's Korea 9.
God, I know, it's dumb. At the end of the day, I don't really care about anything, about anyone's really opinion on it. Like, it's just dumb. If he deserved it or not, I don't care. It's dumb. It's just fucking dumb. Like, I want to see more stupid, crazy drafts that are like super functional because some mad lad sat in a dark room and thought about it for 5 fucking years. You
So,
know?
speaking of some uh, mad scientist shit, I've been playing Vitop. Started playing it today, actually. I only got a few games on it. Um, like, my hands aren't that good, but
You don't need hands to play fucking Vi.
it, there's some, but I like it. Um, I kind of want to stop going Hullbreaker with it though. Kind of just want to go straight into a brawly thing. Um, but I'm trying to think of a good legendary item that's got some good tank to it, but isn't tank. Maybe that fucking
Ridebreaker.
um. Well, no, I want to get the Triforce.
Oh.
Um, but what's that? Thimblewinter.
Yeah, dude. Fimbulwinter's is
I
fucking
might
money.
try that out on her.
Dude, get Fimbulwinter with Ingenious Hunter. Oh, it's just so money. It's so money. Especially if you have what's the cooldown on Q like later?
For Vi, it's like 5 seconds.
Hmm.
It's like stupid. It's not super short, but it's
6 seconds or shorter?
like 5 or 6.
Okay, yeah, because with max stacks of Ingenious Hunter, Fimbulwinter cooldown is like 4 seconds for the shield. So like when I play Red Cane, I buy Fimbulwinter with Ingenious Hunter because it makes my W basically give me a shield if I hit champions. Because it's up when my W is up. If I cast W, by the time it's back, I have Fimbulwinter again. So it's basically like, all right, cool, it's just a little fucking 300 HP point, 300 point shield on my W, playing a champion that's a drain tank.
And I have it.
You know,
Would that give? No, because Ingenious Hunter is just items and summoner spells, right? Or just
Ingenious Hunter is actives, items and
active.
actives, trinkets. So like I play Gore Drinker, fucking Fimbulwinter, you know, if
It
Sterix,
wouldn't reduce her passive cooldown.
no, no.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
But like Stridebreaker into Fimbulwinter and Death Dance. Stridebreaker gives you the active, it gives you a slow, and it gives you,
You know
a
what?
little bit of
Actually, a
attack speed in it.
Stridebreaker build mine. Stridebreaker, Thimblewinter, Black Cleave.
If you do Triforce though, just it will affect Sheen cooldown too, which does shave off like most of a second, I think. I hear, if I remember correctly, like zero point 0.8 maybe at max stacks,
Okay.
which is
Okay.
probably noticeable, you know.
So I want to see. I
It's
want to
nuts.
see Bwipo pull out Vitop.
I don't care what Booba plays, honestly. Booba play fucking anything. I'm still down. Like I'm down to watch him play stupid shit that I like. I hate Gragas. Honestly, I don't like Gragas. I've never liked Gragas. I hated watching him be the like 1-2 junglers for like 2 or 3 seasons of like pro play just because tank jungle was everything and shit, and it was really unexciting to watch Gragas and tank Rek'Sai every fucking game. But even with playing Gragas, I'm down. I don't give a fuck. You know,
Makes it
it
exciting.
it,
Makes everything
it
exciting.
matters. I still stick to my guns though. I still think TL is probably gonna be the better team. Yeah, like C9's definitely going to be number two, especially if 100 Thieves is sloppy, and we are definitely just going to be a two-team region unless
Someday's been
anyone else gets
on
their shit
it though.
together.
I feel like Abe and
Dude, our
Pilzer have been
tops,
eh. but someday has been on a tear, and I've been preaching that someday will carry.
Dude, top lane in the LCS is not like nothing role. Like we have fucking 3 or 4 scary Korean top laners. 3 right now, because Huni's playing like shit. We have 3 scary Korean top laners. We have Bwipo, the wide, you know, and Revenge isn't always bad. He has moments that he could be pretty alright to watch. Licorice has played well once upon a time, but is not that anymore. I'm not really gonna talk about Jenkins or
Do you remember when
fucking
we were all
Bwipo.
surprised that C9
Thank God.
released Licorice, and we are like,
I
"What
wasn't.
are they
I
doing?"
wasn't. No, I got it. I've definitely never been one of those people that buys like the community hype whenever people are like, "Oh, Contrax is the best jungler in the LCS." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, dude. No, okay, what? Like, no, this guy fucking sucks. I'm sorry. Like, Contrax is a good dude, I'm sure, but like, he's not that good, and he wasn't even that good when he won, and like C9 was winning and shit. Like, even in that era, he wasn't that good. He had a really good team. And a lot of people overlook how, having a good team will make some players look really good. Jungle is definitely always very especially true. You look at Phoenix One and the Mike Young story, and then TSM Mike Young, and then all that shit. Like, no. And I remember back then too. I couldn't believe Mike Young was getting so much hype back then. And I was like, dude, he's good. Yeah, he's playing pretty well, but like he's not that good. Like P1 was a pretty fun team when Arrow was on it and got the MVP. Like it was cool to see a random org be relevant, but yeah, like I don't know. Certain players, especially if they're NA, local random people, always get overhyped.
Speaking of
But
random
that's fine.
people, we did free agent drafts.
Oh yeah, you want to get into that now?
Yeah, you go first.
Okay, you want to hear my free agent draft here? All right. So yeah, we had a thing where we were going to go through the free agent database, and then we are going to make a team by LCS rules and see how it compete, how we thought it'd compete in the league. All right, I can pull mine up here. Okay. So my only question mark is double lift, since he's listed as retired, but I'm all right. Is it all right for the inclusion of this exercise? All right. I'm sure you didn't have a problem, but okay. So for my 3 native players in the jungle, as I'm sure you won't be surprised to hear, I'm going Svenskeren. I think Svenskaren's fucking fire. He's still playing like on Champions Queue. He's playing really well, and he's NA resident. I think he's probably the best jungler you can get in NA right now, and he's straight up fucking free agent. Mid lane, Jensen, no surprise. Also played with Svenskeren, immediate synergy. ADC double lift, as I'm sure you could guess from the implication. Also played with Jensen, so you got the synergy there. So not bad. All right, first import for support is Ignar, listed as free agent. I think Ignar double lift would be a fun bot lane. Like, definitely no problems there. It'd be aggressive, you know, lane dominant bot lane. Sounds pretty good to me. And the piece de resistance, the other free agent I dug up out of nowhere for you that you might have not thought about for top lane, Naguri. Because Naguri is taking a year off and is listed as a free agent. And I think that would be the crowning piece. I'm sure my team would have issues with Naguri not liking not being in Korea and not talking to anybody and imploding like he did with FPX. But if he took my random ass roster to 6 finals at least while smurfing his ass off, I would be fine with that. I wouldn't really give a shit. Ignar speaks Korean, so I at least have one link in the chain. Boom, boom. Naguri, Svenskeren, Jensen, double lift, Ignar. 100% free agents. Call that Pope Gaming, and I think I could totally make a top 3 run in the LCS.
The Naguri pick. Actually, I'm going to use that one because I couldn't find a top laner on the list that I could fucking even knew.
That's fair.
Um,
No, I was pretty happy with that one because I wasn't thinking about Naguri at the time either. I just completely spaced my mind and I saw the name on the list. And I was like, oh fuck yeah! Do I have a fucking import slot? Yeah, for sure, for sure.
All right, so my Nigiri pick is really good. Um,
I'm happy with that one. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you.
so my dream
That's a
team.
good team. Fucking A.
Wait, your internet just dropped for a second.
Mine?
Yeah, you're back. I
Okay.
think. Um, would be top lane, Tyler 1. Jungle, Tyler 1. Mid lane, Tyler 1. Bot lane,
Tyler won and 4
Tyler
clones of
1.
himself.
Support, Tyler 1. Coach, LS. That's also
Oh
way
my
later.
god, dude.
Congratulations, Tyler
Holy.
1. That was
Someone
that's
should put if I would watch that show, like they're making the mockumentary league show or whatever. If they made another mockumentary that was just Tyler and 4 clones of himself
Tyler
coached
1
by
just playing
LS.
all 5 roles in LS.
Yeah, dude, that'd be fucking great. I've always loved like the 5 player memes, like in general, like now introducing like whenever it's because I think it was Echo Fox when Huni was playing on Echo Fox. He like role swapped to like 2 different. He played jungle in one game and played I think mid or
Who he?
support in what
Oh.
Huni in support in one game. So like they did a meme that was like this week's roster, and it was just 5 pictures of Huni, and like I think I've seen that meme done with like Bwipo, and I'm down with. I love that meme. Like whenever you have that aspect, like I don't know why I find it so funny, but whenever it's like true, it's just even funnier to me. So yeah, just write me a show. Like you could actually just not write it. Just put LS in a room with Tyler one. Only one, not Tyler one, obviously, but like you could just impose more Tylers later. So just have
Have
LS and
Tyler
Tyler
shoot
one
it
be
5
locked together
times.
all the time. Yeah. LS teaches Tyler one League of Legends. Just make that a YouTube series. Like that by
Just,
itself. When they were both on
well, all
team
right.
one,
So
that's opportunity lost. That
there.
was just content ready to happen.
I did hear rumor that Tyler 1 is might travel to another country to see if he can do it again.
I think he's talking about going to Europe, right? Did I make that up?
So,
I don't know.
I don't know.
Like
I
who knows?
heard a rumor. I
He
heard a
he
rumor
grinded out.
of him going to. I don't know what country it was, but it was.
I would be interested to see if he could hit Challenger in Korea at all.
I think
Honestly,
he's gonna level himself up. I think he's gonna probably go like EU West
just because Korea is actually hard.
and like start to work himself up a little bit, and
I
then
mean,
maybe in a
US
few.
isn't that much above us. It's just more players that aren't like trolling, basically. You know,
Oh,
but the
but so my
actual skill level,
speaking of
the
skill level,
skilling.
I'm gonna go top down because thank you for the
Okay.
Nuguri pick. So we're gonna go.
You got to tell me who your pick was before.
I didn't have one.
Oh,
I
if you
didn't.
solo's your answer. It's always solo. If you don't have an import slot, fucking solo slot them in, whatever. Boom.
Um, Nuguri jungle. You're gonna love this one. Dardoch.
Yeah, nice.
Mid lane.
I got
Jizuke.
it. Oh yeah, I'll take it.
Because I want that spicy mid jungle. I want them
Dude,
to
that
just
is
be
that is the
spice.
spiciest.
Just
That is the
or like
spiciest.
I want them to be
Jungle.
going, hey, I'm going in, and then them like, fuck it, let's go. Um, bot lane, sneaky, strong, weak side bot laner, but can also carry and support Zazel because they also have some chemistry. They have some history there. So they can go. Zazel, being the team player that he will go roam up to that mid lane. And then maybe
Hazel
Jizuke
Dardoch.
will actually like have a timing down and like go in when Zazel's there and not 20 seconds beforehand.
Nah, you just have Dardoch playing around mid again, and they would just be 2v2ing all
and
game.
then randomly Zazel shows up. And then Nuguri's just up there on whatever the hell he wants
Honestly,
to play.
yeah, basically. I feel like just Zazel and Dardoch interacting. That sounds funny to me.
That could be a fucking
Or the,
TV show.
I feel like they probably get along. Like I feel like they'd be weird buddies. I don't know why, but I just feel it.
I feel like Zazel can take some shit talking.
I think he could. I think he understands.
And I
You
feel
know,
like you
I
can't.
don't think he's got soft skin.
I don't know if you can. I don't know if it's actually possible to piss Sneaky off.
Oh, 100%. I'm
I
sure it
feel like
is.
that man bleeds memes.
That's true. He'd probably just make a gay joke at you, or some unsettling sound effects whenever Dardoch was getting angry.
And then I just want to see Dardoch and Jizuke going in, and then all you hear on the voice comms is "woohoo."
Fucking, I love Jizuke. I can't believe Jizuke isn't playing either. They talked. I was listening to. I think it was Summoning Insight that was talking about how TSM should have picked up Jizuke because he plays the foils so well anyway. Because even in the LEC, he's always been like a pretty like polarizing character and shit. So he he's always sort of played the foil, but played well. So he's always been the big jizz. Like mid lanes in LEC, there was a period of time where there was like honestly 4 or 5 just really good mid laners in the LEC. Like you talking when it was like Perks, Cap, Jizuke, and Febby was still playing. Like Febby is
And now it's just
generally kind of
Vizio.
undersold for how good he was. If it's just Video, Video's having a crazy split. Like seems no way he doesn't get MVP. He's playing really fucking well. We'll see how LEC playoffs go.
Yeah, I'm.
Rogue
This is
leading the
the
charge.
first
No one
time
gives
in
a shit.
years I'm not interested in like regular season LEC. I'm barely interested in the LCS in the regular season.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's not a like. It's funny because LEC's got a few storylines at least going right now. Like, XL's about to make playoffs, and it's the first time ever. You know, memes about Cadril. And then, but yeah, after the LS thing, like, they really just kind of like almost auto tanked, like, just literally just auto tanked LCS for 2022.
I'm like
Like,
now I
literally
just
two
watch to make
weeks
sure
in.
TL's not losing.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I still want to watch C9 and see how they play because I want to see if they continue to gel together because they could be a serious international team too. Honestly, they really could if that team continues to grow and just gets a little bit cleaner, more refined. Like they have the elements that they could
Yeah, I
they
just
could
have
perform.
so little interest in best of ones.
I get
Like
that. I agree with you on that.
I'll watch playoffs when I can see who is a better team.
Adapting and making the changes.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
because right
mean, I
now
feel
it's just
like
I feel like in the LCS we're just gonna get fucking a few more weeks of cheese, and the
I feel like with
LEC is
the
gonna be
regular
a
season,
fucking hand grenade of who knows who the fuck's gonna win.
well, it's just one weekend left, I think, for LEC, right? Because they're at the point where they've played most of their games.
No, they're not in the like the.
Yeah, dude, they played 15 games. They got 3 left.
They've played 15 games already.
Yeah, and I think it's super week for them.
They
Yep,
have
it's super week. This is the last weekend for LAC regular split. They're done.
fuck. All right,
Yep. Yeah.
cool. I get to watch LEC in a few weeks then.
Yeah, basically, right? And like
Oh, speaking of,
Fnatic
I
is
did not
everything is
watch
pretty.
the G2 throw.
I haven't watched it either, but
Um, but
fucking LOL. Like
how in
G2's
the
going to
fuck?
to playoffs.
Oh, also, so the G2 throw is going to be a meme. I don't know who actually won. Um,
Misfits.
IEM? No.
Oh. Oh,
CS:GO
IEM. Phase Clan.
phase one. All right, so two maps
Watch
in a
map.
row. I watched the first two. I watched the first two maps.
The second map was the best of the series.
Dude, it was like what was it? Like
It
60,
was
70 rounds?
no, it almost, yeah. It was like fucking
Dude, I watched that whole
27,
fucking thing.
27, right? Yeah, no, I came in at like fucking 7-3 or 7-4, whatever it was, like when FaZe was just stomping G2 early, and then like they got to 14, what, 14-7,
They did this almost the same thing
14-5,
that happened
and
to
then
G2 in the
G2
first
had the
map.
fucking straight charge back from fucking like they dropped one map in the next 12 or some shit in
Dude,
rounds.
I
That was a
love that format. They're
crazy
like
map.
overtime. We're gonna keep
Mhm.
going until there's a winner. Take note,
I'm
NFL.
I'm really really sad that G2 didn't win that map because I could tell the series was over when they lost it.
Oh
Like
yeah, yeah.
just because FaZe was playing better overall, and I knew that if they didn't have that mental like back at them, like there's like FaZe is just gonna be like recompose, win again. Like we clutched it out. It got close, but we're still better. We
It
clutched it out.
got really
We
fucking
carried the
close.
map.
Oh
We
my
carried the map
god.
for most of it. we can beat them. And like, I think that was pretty sad. If they had won that map, that series would have been so fucking hype. It probably would have gone to all
Oh
five maps, and
yeah.
it'd be nuts. But yeah,
Oh
no, I've
man.
always liked watching
But
CS:GO. It's fucking the pace of it's just is great. It's money.
that fucking 15-7 throw on the first map, like G2, Carlos, what are you doing, bro?
Dude, Carlos should just
Jesus.
not go to
Turning in
Katowice
the
anymore.
fucking Reggie over here, man.
Dude, he's getting backdoored. It's all that's happening. You know, Xpeke is still there. The ghost of Xpeke is still in his back door. What do you know? But Xpeke is a charming man who wouldn't let him in his back door. You know,
Ew.
he gave him a compliment right after he beat him. What a big guy. But yeah, I think like LEC top six is unsurprising. The order is a little surprising, but hopefully Vitality puts it together for playoff run and like does what they ultimately have to do if they want to not be laughed at.
Like maybe that team will work in best of threes.
I mean, perks in best of series is like it's at this point almost a universal truth. Like he's he does things, and so like if but they better make a finals run. If they don't, then I like the team is pretty irrelevant. I mean, they could come together for summer, I suppose, for the international stage. But like,
I
man,
mean,
you
that
guys really got
roster
to be
has
swinging
until summer playoffs to become a thing. Like
to become S
that
tier,
like
you know.
that
But like, if they
roster
don't
is
become S
designed for
tier,
worlds. It wants
yeah,
to go to worlds. It wants to place well at worlds, if
that
not
team
win worlds.
is in close in spirit to 2019 G2 as Europe has had since then. Like, I don't agree that it's the same skill level, but in spirit, you could tell they were going for heavy hitting to that level. Because 2019 G2 was basically the best player in every position, and this team isn't quite that, but like it's not far off it. Like every player should be top three, quote unquote. Obviously, Lebrov is not quite showing up to that. Alfari is still Alfari, and Selfmade has still got fingers, but Selfmade still just looks like a solo queue jungler, and that's kind of their issue. But hopefully Perks will just fucking start mind controlling the team and they'll win some series and that'll be that. But I don't know, yeah. Because if they do like Rogue is going to lose in semis, so it doesn't matter. And Fnatic is still looking like probably the best team. Apparently G2 is godlike in scrims, so says some people, so says Alfari. But that's just rumors at this point. I
I
think
mean,
G2
it's
could
it's
become more than
consensus
Sons of
that
Cards.
Broken Blade is probably the best jungler in the LEC right now.
Top laner.
Top laner. My brain's starting. I'm past my bedtime now.
That's fair. Here it hasn't played as well as he has in the past, and Alfari's team is not playing towards top lane, so I could see that being true. Honestly, Broken Blade has never really lacked for
It's a
like
funny
he's not
thing.
perfect player, but he's
He
a good
leaves
player.
TSM and he's just smurfing on nerds,
I mean,
pooing,
he smurfed some
pooing on
games on
geeks.
TSM. Like if you go back and look at it, dude, he smurf games in TSM. I really like, dude. I don't like. Obviously, at this point, TSM is a meme, but like the Broken Blade Dardoch combo, I was really disappointed they didn't play that more. Because even when the split that Dardoch played for them, it's like they played towards top in like the first 5 games of the split, and it looked pretty sick, and then they just never did it again. You could tell that the team just like completely AFK'd out on how Dardoch wanted to play the game and didn't let him be effective, and like completely just fucked that up, honestly, like mismanaged that because like they had the pieces and they showed how to execute and like win games with like their mechanical players, and then they just didn't do it anymore. So fucking weird. So weird. I went back and watched the Bjergsen, Ivern, Dardoch, Rengar Korean solo queue game back because I was talking about it that one time with you, and that was goddamn what a meme stomp that was. Holy fucking shit! I can't believe they never played that
We
on
still
stage.
we still might get it.
We could have had Ivern mid years ago. We could have had it already. Bjergsen knew he had the tech
He knew.
way back when.
He
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 knew.
he's like LS, but not a crazy person.
Nah, Bjergsen's not like LS. He just played that because Dardoch convinced him to.
I also think he's a thinker, man.
Oh, he definitely is, but I don't. I'd be interested to see if he busts out any of these other picks mid,
I
but
want to
like
see
the
more of
Zillion.
the Bwipo Bjergsen science, what they can come up with.
I just want to see the best of series. Yeah, like LCS has still got a few weeks to get through.
Is finals best of five?
Sludge.
Finals is not best of five, right?
Finals is best of five.
Finals is best of five. Thank
Yes.
God.
Yeah. Quarters might be best of three. Pretty sure semis is best of
I think
three.
everything but finals is best of three.
You might be right. Let me check real quick.
I want best of sevens for World's Finals. I want even if it's a fucking stump.
I
It's
mean,
all
no, I think best of fives is fine.
it's all day. Nah, best of sevens, man. You're already having best of fives for your smaller shit. Best of sevens, really bring it out.
I remember I
Fucking,
talked
I
about
want
this
best
for
of fives
Sammy.
for semis.
Here,
Best of
no,
threes
listen
for
to this.
quarters.
Listen to
Best of
this.
fives.
Listen to
Best of
this.
seven.
Here you go. If you come through to the grand finals on a loser's bracket of a double elim bracket, you go into a best of seven series in
With
the
two
final.
losses.
No, with one loss. So it's 6 games possible. And I know some people might not like that because you could lose or win being tied or whatever, but 6 games possible. And that way, if you ever go to that sixth game to decide, actually, it's like the most hype shit ever. Just automatically. It's like overtime for CSGO, you know?
Yeah.
Because normally you have this set up where it is going to be a best of five, first of three, for either side, ultimately. But it's 3-1 or whatever is like cool, whatever. But like, getting to the point that it's 3-2 and oh shit, game six, you know? And you don't even have to call it game six. You could have some stupid ass fucking name for it. Hopefully you don't give it to sponsors like fucking monkeys, but I'm sure that's what they do. But you could have some crazy fucking thing like, oh shit, we're going the distance. It's game six. And then you talk about how the rules bring you to game six a little bit, and then you fucking talk about how few times game six happens and how such a big deal it is, and fucking all the hype, and then you got the extended broadcast and boom, you
I
know?
swear there was something back in the day that I had watched. It might have been a Dota tournament where it was double limb, and they did something like that. And then I remember something else where it was like a video game tournament that I was at. Like I was like in the game as a tournament, and you had to, if you were in the losers bracket, you had to be in the finals. You had to beat them twice.
Yeah.
They had to beat you once, but if you wanted to win, you had to beat them twice.
Yeah, that's how fighters are. Like fighting games. If you come from the losers bracket and you win the first series, you have then reset the bracket and you need to beat them again. So like in fighting games finals, yeah, you can have like, best 3 of 5, matches, not rounds, best 3 of 5 matches. And then if the loser wins, he resets the bracket and you fucking play another best of 5 matches, and like you do see some fucking finals literally go to 10 matches, and they're fucking crazy hype. It's huge. It's good shit, you know. Esports is fucking sick across the genres, honestly. It's definitely you can find some stuff to ingest even if you don't know the games or like them. Like
Oh,
watching
dude, I
Evos
watch
and
Dragon
shit,
Ball Z Fighter all the time, and I
Oh,
fucking
dude,
suck
yeah,
at fighting games. I don't even like watching most fighting
that
games, but
game's
I'll watch
fun to
those
watch. Well,
cats play.
yeah, that game is pretty fun to watch. Mortal Kombat was okay to watch. I watched some Street Fighter when my buddy was into Street Fighter, but Tekken is the money, dude. Like fuck, I love Tekken. I think that's the
Dude,
best
I'm
fighter.
just waiting for the Lost Ark fucking season to start.
Oh
Like,
fuck that
let's
shit.
go, buddy, let's
I'm just
go.
waiting for Worlds. I can go to the
Well,
fucking
yeah, in the
Worlds
meantime
finals
of
and
Worlds, I'm
watch
gonna play some fucking Lost Ark PvP,
TL play
buddy.
against Gen
Fucking
G.
shit on kids. Dude,
Honestly, it might be fucking T1 at this point, but we don't know. They haven't played yet.
well, they haven't played Chovy yet either.
Well, no, Chovy played in the game, but they didn't have their top laner, support, or jungler. They had only ruler and Chovy, and then a bunch of no like the randoms.
I thought
So
Chovy was out for COVID. Was that a different game?
not that week. It was a different game, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, I feel like we haven't really seen Gen G yet on that regard, so we'll see. But I am really excited for that series when it comes back around. T1 does look fucking crazy though. No one's surprised. Gumayushi is a madman. Dude, you think that fucking T1 literally had Gumayushi, Berserker, and Teddy all in one team at one point?
Fucking hoarding
Now that
ADCs,
now
man.
that now that we've seen Berserker, it's like just knowing that, it's just like fucking come on, man. Like give us some. Look at fucking NA ADCs. Can we just have some of those? Can we have half of one? Like
Well, weren't
goddamn.
they also holding on the scout for like a year too?
Yeah, I
Just
mean they always have like, but like
they,
they always
they just
drop the
have.
new good
They're
players,
they're
but
like
not
we're just gonna.
free.
the, they're like the C9 of the East. They're like, all right, we're gonna get all this talent and we're gonna sell it.
Yeah, except that not one of C9's players, outside of them getting actually one of the ADCs we're talking about, is of the level. So, like fucking a, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'm still, you know, Liquid is still looking fucking massive. I'm looking forward to them playing C9 and in the finals. I think that'll be a great series. Hopefully, I hope
It
that
would be.
I don't expect them to be gapped. Like I don't think the difference between those two teams is going to be so massive that it'd be easy for one side to stomp. So hopefully we don't have like a Santorin migraine day and our Mao's playing and nothing matters and
I mean,
shit
as long as
sucks.
Jet's not in the TL house, I'm pretty sure Santorin's not gonna
Yeah,
have a migraine.
yeah, it'd be all right. It'd be all right.
So
It's not too bad.
does LEC take a break after its round robin to
Yeah, I mean
then go
they'll
into
have.
its playoffs?
I honestly don't know. I'm sure the playoffs will just start because we got losers brackets and shit now. Let me see the schedule. I'm on this page actually. I'm
Because
on
if
my
that's the
main screen.
case, then next episode we will be. Oh fuck! Sorry. Next episode
Oh,
would
I hear
be
you.
after the first week of LEC playoffs, spring playoffs.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they have the dates on for playoffs yet, so they'll probably get that updated after this weekend. LPL is interesting though. LPL is fucking fire this year.
LPL has been good to watch. There's the fucking like top six teams is just the brawl.
Yeah, dude, they're all like. There's only fucking. I can't believe Suning has only dropped one game. The Shy plus Suning has somehow only dropped one game.
That's
That's crazy.
Weibo.
Yeah,
I mean, I
yeah,
Suning did make it to finals.
I know, but still, it's just like that was also really strange. Yeah, the top seven teams, because there's two people in sixth, are you know I think top is still suffering from their usual weird curse, but you know, LNG, EDG, Victory 5, Weibo, like RNG is looking fine. Like BLG, like fucking Doggo is like, nah, Uzi, you stay on the bench, bitch. I'll show you who the new legend is. Fucking A. He's just like, imagine just being like, nah, he's trash. Look at that. That series sucked. Keep
The
me in here.
defined
My
washed.
name's Doggo. Yeah. He's just fucking washing my jersey backstage. Don't worry. Fucking A, dude. Doggo doesn't give a fuck. He's just flexing on a legend. I couldn't imagine. Faker benches himself. That's the difference. Doggo bench doozy. Fuck. Playoffs will be sick though, I'm sure. I bet every single series will be pretty fire. Because last year's like there was like four good teams and you kind of just didn't care about like two or three of the other teams they played against in the first half of the playoffs. But now it's just gonna be anyone could probably do it. You know.
Oh man, I just realized that if I get this new job, I'm not gonna be able to watch LCK and LPL anymore.
Yeah, yeah, you're killing me.
Dude, I'm fucking dying over here, man. I'm fucking
Fucking A.
like I went to sleep at like 8 p.m. last night
Yeah, that's how I usually do it. I
because
go to
I had
bed
an interview
early.
this morning and I have my second interview tomorrow morning. So I'm about to
Oh wow.
take me a
Jinx is getting a
melatonin and
prestige
brush my
skin.
teeth and pass the fuck
Surprise,
out.
surprise. Man, Riot's skin selection is always so fucking typical. Jinx getting more skins.
Jinx Marcane?
Yeah.
Love that show.
Small independent series.
All right. So the only you know what season I'm excited about? Season 2 of Arcane. When the fuck are we getting it? I've heard
Uh,
2023, and I'll be pissed.
I can't remember if it's supposed to be at the end of this year or beginning of next.
I will be
They
pissed.
they either said it wasn't coming in 2022 or they said it was. All right, I'm gonna close out my fucking god tier free agent Pope gaming roster. You can't stop it. God, this is such a good fucking team.
Yo, when are we gonna find investors and start up big damage esports?
Dude, I just can't like I'm at it's just fucking crazy that
Just imagine
all five
seeing
of these players are teamless.
BDE before a team or before a player's name. They got that big damage energy.
Big damage,
Big damage
paradox
esports.
damage,
Looking for
big Pope, big
for
Pope energy.
investors. Yeah, the two greatest minds to never make it out of gold.
Yeah, fuck. I've made it out of gold. Fuck you. Oh,
What,
out of
season
gold. No,
3?
I've no, I played. I only played. I got gold in 30 games and stopped
Yeah,
playing.
yeah,
I had to go to Chicago. Out of gold. That's fair. I'll do it
yeah.
this year.
Never
Why
made it
not?
out of gold. I'm not making it out of gold this year because I'm addicted to Lost Ark.
Dude, NA ladder fucking sucks. Doesn't matter. You got to play games to grind through shit, and then you get like small troughs of like, oh, they're playing the game with their brains, and then you go back to playing through shit. And it's not really rewarding or good measuring of skill until you actually get to the like top 300, and that's such a fucking actual push and practice and polish. Like that's actually hard, but you don't even get good games until you get there. It's like great. What's the point? And now they fucking just got champions queue, so all the best players don't even fucking play solo queue, so it doesn't even matter anymore. I was like, oh yeah,
I
dude,
just need to make a Smurf account next season.
dude, I just wanted to get like D3 this season and then get stomped by fucking Korean and Chinese players when they first came to NA. But now they're just gonna go straight to champions queue, and I will straight up never be able to interact with them anyway. So it's like, fuck, there's no real point to even climb to high elo just to get like I literally all I wanted to do was get completely gapped by Tarzan in one game. That's all I wanted this year. I wanted to get to D3 and luckily hit him before he climbed out of that elo and just get completely ran over.
I
Just
want to be the one to
fucking
solo kill Rascal.
fucking that's a long list, man. I don't know. How's all KT doing?
Rascal's
Losing
fucking
games.
Rascal's
Losing
breaking his
games.
legs and his back trying to carry the man.
Dude. No. He's all right. He's not that good.
Bro, his 1v1 skills insane. Insane. Too bad it's
I
a
mean,
team game.
not as good as my free agent pickup random nobody signing of Naguri.
He doesn't play in the
This
LCK anymore.
dude, this
I
roster
like
is stacked.
I think it's hilarious that
I would take
the best
I
Chinese
just
teams are full
I
of
just want to be
Koreans.
I just want to be randomly in the LCS with this team. I want to have no organization at all. It's just me. I rented an Airbnb for 8 months. I got the guys in it. We're doing old school game house style. I'm literally giving them all the money. I take nothing. I'm just trying to keep them here. I show up on stage in the only suit I own every single time, the same suit. I'm like, all right, guys, I'm gonna stand behind here with this notebook. There's nothing written in this notebook. You guys play whatever you fucking want to play, whatever you think is best. I've got no fucking clue. And then
Only
I
thing in
just
this
watch them win
notebook.
games in the LCS because the fucking LCS sucks. And I go to playoffs, get like third or fourth place, and then when they interview me, give me fucking coach of the split, I'll be like, I didn't do anything. I was like, hey Jensen, what do you think looks good here? Cool, lock it in.
Can someone
I
translate
told
for
the
Nuggery? I don't understand what he's saying.
I think he's saying Kennen, and I agree. We've locked in 4 APs. Oops. You guys suck. You should be really looking at your comp before you lock it in. Oh, dude, I would love it. No academy team. The academy team is just you, me, Chewy, and Dill.
Dude,
It's just us queuing up and getting absolutely fucking wrecked.
York's banned again.
Oh no! Halfway through the season, they just stop banning York because they feel bad, and they just start picking counter picks instead.
All 5 of our bans are for York counterpicks.
Yeah, basically, we're just getting all 5 of the descending York counter picks. That'd be sick. That'd be so sweet. Just getting rolled over by the Zeri and shit every game. Unless we get to first pick it.
I'll play Zeri.
Hmm.
Really, it would just be me and you down the bot playing fucking Samira Kaisa Callista games.
Dude, I fucking totally have to jungle. We'd have to try and get a win somewhere.
We carry through bot lane when you fucking
That's
play
true,
around
but
me.
who's jungling?
Dylan.
uh, no, we're
No,
sticking him on
I got
Galio mid
I got
every
that
game.
I got that homie from work, man. He was
That's
pretty
true.
good.
Okay.
He was pretty good.
Okay.
And he was like blown away by your shot calling, and I'm like, dude, the guy's a support main. He just doesn't know it yet.
Nah, you just play the game. Support's just jungle too. Except you don't have to do anything, so it's really easy to just talk about the things that you know matter because you don't even have to press any buttons. You just walk around in circles until someone stands up or walks forward enough for you to hit him with a Q. It's easy.
Well, I won't be able to do Clash again for a while until I'm probably done with my training for my new job.
That's fair. Well, we haven't done Clash fucking ever, so
I know, even though I tried to so many times.
yeah, we need to set people up. But fucking Dilly's not only reason Dilly's on before fucking midnight is because he's out of town. So fucking loser. Well,
All
I'm
right,
sure we've gone the distance on old episode 3 of the Pod of Ages,
just over an hour,
season
man.
1. Yep, that sounds about right. We have gained another stack of 10 HP, 10 mana. Oh no, it's 100 HP, 100 mana, 10 AP. It's great stuff.
There's no
It's
way
very
because it was
important
10
stats.
stacks. There's no way it was 100 HP.
Yeah, 100 HP. It was 10 stacks.
So it was like 40 or 50.
It might have been because it gives you 400 HP base, right? And then it gave you like 50 HP stacking, I think. Because then it gave no, it was 10. It was 10 stacks. I think it ended
It's
up being
10
1,000
stacks.
HP total, right?
Yeah, this was like
600 bonus
6,
HP.
so 600, so
By 10, it'd be 60 per
60.
stack. Probably the same, or like 40 mana and 10 and
I don't
10
know.
AP.
I
I'm pretty
missed that
sure.
item. I missed
Whatever.
that item.
Yeah, it's a good item.
Also,
That was Fire Grasp.
right when they took that out and changed all the items, I was getting this hankering to play some Kassadin. And then they
Well, it's still
fucking
fucking
took out
fire,
Rod of
apparently.
Ages, and I was pissed.
I don't know. It's my understanding Caston is like literally almost never been bad. You just have to figure out what's good on him now. I think he's still strong now.
Well, yeah, I'm not smart
For
enough to
sure.
figure out what's fucking good on him. I can think of like one champion at a time.
Just
And
play
right now,
tank
my
guys.
brain's thinking about Vi Top for some fucking reason.
Try Strybreaker next. We'll see how that goes.
I'll try to strike. That'll be a fun.
Tune in next time to find out how Strybreaker top 5 goes.
Spoiler:
Night
it's gonna be
TP.
amazing.